This is News 8 at 6 with your top stories of the day and a complete weather forecast in the first 8 minutes.
We lend each other a hand, that we participate in our own communities by helping each other out a little bit more.
Building community support by helping to share resources. In tonight's Project Economy, how to get things you may need without spending a penny.
Well, it feels like spring out there. Incredibly mild temperatures. We reached the 40s today, while atop Mount Washington was only 12 degrees. We'll have the springtime temperature forecast coming up.
Good evening and thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm Tori Ryden. The former Westbrook fire chief is threatening to sue the city for wrongful termination. Newly elected Mayor Colleen Hilton let go then Fire Chief Daniel Brooks just last month. She cited a change in direction as the reason, this after a history of harassment allegations in the department. But now the chief wants compensation for losing his job. News 8's Cam Tran has the new developments tonight.
Do swear.
It was in this inaugural address Westbrook Mayor Colleen Hilton laid off then Fire Chief Daniel Brock, citing the city's going a new direction. Shortly after the announcement, Brock sent this letter to the mayor threatening to sue the city.
We had asked for 4.5 years of salary, which is essentially what Mr. Brock would have earned through his planned retirement.
That, along with benefits, would equal out to $338,000. Brock's lawyer cites in the letter the city violated its charter and the way they let Brock go.
It requires that Mr. Brock get notice of the alleged cause for his dismissal and that he then have a chance to go before the city council and try to convince them that the mayor's wrong. It requires a majority vote of the city council, and none of that has happened.
But the Westbrook City Administrator says it didn't happen because it was not necessary.
She's treating it differently than what it was, and what she is citing, had it been a termination for cause, which it was not, she'd be correct. However, it was not a termination for cause, it was a layoff because the position was eliminated.
Hence, the city says the charter clause would not apply. Bryant says the city since turned the letter over to legal counsel to review.
But we're very comfortable with the position we've taken. The mayor's very comfortable with her decisions, and we will deal with this as appropriate.
In Westbrook, Cam Tran, News 8.
Well, the Maine Supreme Court is upholding the murder conviction of a Canaan man serving a 55-year sentence for killing his girlfriend. Today, the court rejected Shannon Atwood's claims he deserves a new trial because the judge had a conflict of interest. Atwood claimed the judge mistakenly allowed hearsay evidence at his jury-waived trial. Atwood was convicted of murdering Cheryl Murdoch, who disappeared in July 2006. Her body was found about a month later. And News 8 has learned prosecutors plan to ask a judge to impose a 50-year prison sentence on an Augusta man who pled guilty to charges he attacked a Pittston family with a machete. The district attorney told News 8 he will seek 50 years when Leo Hilton is sentenced next week in Kennebec County Court. Hilton pled guilty last spring to 3 counts of attempted murder in connection with the attack against William Garrett and his then 10-year-old daughter, Nicole. And now from Wall Street to Main Street, News 8's Project Economy. It's our commitment to coverage beyond the headlines. Well, some business groups are opposing a bill to adjust Maine's minimum wage based on changes in the Consumer Price Index. The state's Labor Committee held a public hearing this afternoon at the State House to consider adjusting Maine's hourly minimum wage rate for inflation. Right now, state minimum is $7.50 an hour, which is 25 cents an hour higher than the $7.25 federal minimum. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Portland and Maine AFL-CIO, among other groups, support the bill, while some small business owners say adjusting the minimum wage would wind up hurting their bottom line.
When we raise the minimum wage, we are in a way sending a message to the business community that's adding yet another mandate that's making us business unfriendly. We need to be doing more to be growing jobs in the state, and by raising the minimum wage, we're kind of defeating that purpose.
But I think we can probably reach something that's an agreement to both sides, doing what's fair, but also won't have tremendous impact on business. Hopefully that's why I put the bill in. I'm hoping to reach that agreement here in committee.
Vermont's minimum wage is linked to the federal Consumer Price Index, but New Hampshire killed a similar bill last year. The wait is nearly over for the many veterans in the Lewiston-Auburn area who have been advocating for VA healthcare facilities in their own area. Congressman Mike Mishu announced the new VA outpatient clinic today in Lewiston, saying work on the center should begin as soon as later this year. The Androscoggin Valley does not have a healthcare clinic, especially geared toward veterans, so many people in this region are forced to travel up to Togus for care. The new center is expected to help ease the burden for our aging vet population.
And because of their failing health, to have a clinic locally, it's like a Christmas gift to them. It's a wonderful announcement that we've had today, and it's a wonderful announcement for all veterans.
The VA health facility will be built in Lewiston right off the Turnpike exit. It will be on the site of the State Veterans Nursing Home at no cost. The hope is to have the center ready by sometime next year.
Now, your complete weather forecast.